The man who escaped from the Minnesota sex offender program in St. Peter is back in custody.
St. Peter police say 45-year-old Bo Jacob Edward Zimmer escaped around 1:30 this morning. Police issued a physical description and said he was traveling in an unknown direction on a black Specialized bicycle. Adding Zimmer was possibly armed with an orange-handled kitchen knife with approximately 3-inch blade. Zimmer was taken into custody a little after 7 this morning after he was spotted by a resident.